Stage 1 absolutely pan flat as normal, but there was a little threat of crosswinds this time around, albeit very short-lived. It was no surprise to see Quick-Step with their 3 national champs jerseys hit the front with 1k to go, but overall the sprint was pretty messy. Sam Bennett was in prime position with Pascal Ackermann in behind, but the German surfed the wheels well, first coming in behind a UAE rider as the DQS lead-out bogs around 300 metres to go, leaving a very cranky Fernando Gaviria stuck behind. Then as the Mitchelton Scott train comes roaring past, Ackermann hops onto Caleb Ewan's wheel and just keeps accelerating, hitting the front with great speed and catching the others off guard. Ewan also has good speed, but it's nowhere near enough tarmac to surpass Ackermann, who took the stage and GC lead. Stage 2's finish on the Hatter Dam didn't promise him a particularly long stay in the leader's jersey, however, and the big German was predictably off the back by 10k to go. Unusually, this was mirrored by Chris Froome, who was in trouble at 8k to go and dropped for good 5k later, in part due to Movistar trying to drop the sprinters for Alejandro Valverde. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough, and Ewan, Bennett and Damar had all made it in the leading group. Jasper de Boost of Lotto Soudal did a great job getting Ewan into the best position coming onto the climb, but Bennett takes the inside and slightly more sensible line around the final bend, accelerating as soon as he hits the climb. Although he had undeniable power, the Irish champion may have misjudged his effort, as he began to tire with 75 metres to go, allowing Ewan to slip by for the win. He even nearly hit the barriers on the right and then barely crawled across the line for second, but behind there were no time gaps this year, so it was all square coming into Stage 3's summit finish on Jebel Hafid. This climb has been used 5 times before, but the time gaps seen this year were huge. Ineos set the early pace as the last break survivor was caught, but it was Adam Yates who made the first big attack among the favourites once teammate Sabu Gramey had pulled off with 6k to go. He pulled away a group of 3 and then attacked that group 700 metres later before riding steadily away from everyone for the stage win. Behind, Tadej Pogačar bridged to the chasing duo and then dropped them one by one, coming in a minute down on Yates while Alexei Lukashenko led David Gaudu and a resurgent Rafael Majka in for third, a further 30 seconds down. Quick break from the GC action on stage 4, but a lack of helicopter images due to the wind makes it kinda difficult to see what happened. Mitchelton Scott led around the final corner around 500 metres to go, but when Luka Mezgek's lead out for Caden Groves slows, Michael Murkoff slips around it for Sam Bennett. Shane Archibald pulls out of the train because 2 riders in front of Bennett with just 200 metres to go is too many, but this also leaves a big gap to Murkoff, effectively sinking the lead out. Meanwhile, Dylan Groenewegen has a good slipstream and even better legs, sprinting beautifully to the win with an also very fast finishing Gaviria in second. No Jabal Jais this year, so we get the somewhat appropriate image of a second summit finish on Jebel Hafid in 3 days. Crosswinds threatened all day. Here's Gaudu distancing the whole peloton with a few teammates at 47k to go, but unfortunately nothing was able to stick. UAE set the pace early, hoping for fireworks from Pogačar as James Knox dropped his breakaway companions to go solo with still 9k to go. Davide Formolo in his disappointing national champs jersey took over 2k later, but it wasn't until 5k to go when Pogačar launched his first attack, but Yates matched it admirably and even countered, reducing the lead group to 4. The two were absolutely knocking lumps out of each other for at least 5 or 6 attacks until at 2.5k to go when Yates realised he had a few bike lengths on Pogačar and just goes for it. He got quite a large gap almost immediately, and the UAE rider did drop Lukashenko and Gaudu in his pursuit, eventually making it up to the Brit. The two unsurprisingly didn't cooperate, and so the group swelled to 5, with Ilnur Zakarin making it back on as well, and even considered an attack inside the final kilometre. Pogačar led it out, but an initial burst from Lukashenko allowed him the inside line for the final bend, as Yates can't quite make it down the inside. This is normally the winning move, but Pogačar has an incredible acceleration on the outside, slipping by in literally the final few metres and getting a much better bike throw to take the stage ahead of the wrongly celebrating Kazakh champion. This left the GC pretty much all sewn up at this point, so all the action in the final 2 stages would come from the sprinters. What do you mean they were called off? The coronavirus? Well, fortunately Yates was able to keep his overall win, and more importantly, nobody has tested positive yet. For the virus, that is, not drugs. Despite this, Omloop Het Nieuwsblad and Kerner Brussels Kerner are going ahead this weekend, so make sure you tune in for more race analysis. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.